you doing? What's Saturday night for me? It is Mark Thatch. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me in wherever you are in this wonderful world. It is wonderful to be back online. I came back online about an hour ago, right? An hour ago. Not a lot of time. You need not. It's getting earlier now. You know, the times of the year are getting earlier. If you do not know, if you're new to this channel, hello, thank you for joining us. I am a rabbi. I'm a rabbi from another planet. Am I? Am I really from another planet? Here's the thing you got to know about me. Okay, first thing, I lie a lot. Okay, I lie a lot. Yeah, just to make myself sound more windswept and interesting. So just because I said it doesn't mean it's true. I am actually a rabbi. I may be defrocked, right? And that's entirely possible. Yeah, much like was it the doctor was deposed of the presidency of the Time Lords of Gallifrey, because he just buggered off. Same thing could happen to me, right? Same thing could have happened to me. Who knows? No, nobody got on content to tell me. But there you go. I don't think you can. I mean, like, I guess if you start doing like the cardinal sins, like, you know, having like a, I don't know, bacon eat out. I know, what's the worst thing a rabbi can do? That's like unique for a rabbi. It's going to be something to do with shellfish. I don't know. Anyway, you want to be careful of those allergies. That's all I want to tell you. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. Watch out for those allergies, kids. Anyway, for me, it's Saturday night. Wherever you are in the world, hello, welcome. So for me, I've been offline for quite some time, 25 hours. Yeah, 25 hours for the Jewish Sabbath. We all unplug, right? We all unplug. It's kind of cool. I really recommend it. You know, I firmly believe an apocalypse and a messianic era are coming. Right, I really do. I'm like, I know it sounds crazy. Okay, I know. I can hear it. Right, I know it sounds crazy. I actually genuinely do. Right, you know, like, and when they lock me up, they'll be like, yeah, well, he was saying that for like, you know, a year. I'll be like, I don't want to tell you, but I genuinely believe that's coming. So I do think, though, that it's gonna. I can imagine a very groovy time, right? A very groovy time when, like, as a nation, we all just unplug together and hang. Right, and it's really cool. It's nice you do it in your own little communities, but it's nice. It's a relaxing. But of course, you're offline. Anything could happen. Anything could have happened. Right? Anything could have happened. I don't think much did. Right? I don't think much did. But yeah, thank God. But when anything happens, it's normally quite shocking. Like last week, Jodie Whittaker and Christian were left Doctor Who. Right, and there was a feeling of jubilation, right, amongst the Doctor Who geeks, which I am one of, right? I'm one of. I was trying to explain to my friend today, there's different types of geeks. There's He-Man geeks and Doctor Who geeks. I was trying to explain the He-Man geeks. They are pissed off like I've never seen geeks pissed off before. I get it, dudes. I get it, okay? I still kind of liked it. Okay, here's what we got to agree on. I think everybody across the spectrum agree on. Teela is a cunt, right? Teela is an insufferable cunt who's rude to everybody, and everybody loves her and kisses her ass, and she's just a cunt. And of course, she has a stunning and brave black girlfriend who's into the science. I mean, really? The girlfriend might as well be a blow-up doll. It's so token. Yes, I agree with all of that, right? Yeah, Teela is a cunt, and whenever she's on screen, you do want to stab yourself in the face. That does happen, right? However, it's an ensemble piece, right? And I like everything else. I really like everything else a lot. I like how they move the story on. I like, I think He-Man. Look, I'm not a big He-Man guy, right? So I was a little bit too old for it. It was kind of like, you would watch it. It was before your stoner period, even for me, but after your kiddie period. And so you had it was very like Christian, right? Very like, and today's lesson is, kids, don't squeal on the clergy, whatever it was, right? Whatever the lesson was, it will be like that. So I was never really that into it, but. So, yeah, but it was quite, I know the people, I know Skeletor, right? And I don't really know the ins and outs, but it was really cool seeing Merman in something, like, hey, that's Merman. I remember not having it and wanting it, and knowing it's crap at the same, it was incredible. I knew it. I was a kid, right? I knew it was shit. I knew it was shit. Like my mum was like, "This is cheap garbage. Why would it?" I know the guy, but I really want it. I never got the Stinks or they're all cool. Like, they're all basically toys. I like the guy with the 3 eyes. They're all cool. So it's cool seeing him in a cartoon. I like seeing the whole Eternia land. I like the blend of fantasy and science fiction. I just do. Yeah, that's the way I roll, baby. That's just the way I roll. What can I tell you? And, I like Orko. Who does like Orko? That was a great cliffhanger ending. I mean, really good. Great voice acting. I mean, Liam Cunningham, he was... they all play with such conviction. I like He-Man and Prince Adam. I like them. I like really slimmed down Prince Adam, which I thought was a good idea. And I liked in his afterlife, he stayed as his Prince Adam form rather than his He-Man form. I thought that showed true insight, What else was in there? And there's a lot I liked about it. I liked how Skeletor was a servitor of the underworld. I mean, I think it was Skeletor. I liked Evil Lynn. Oh, man. Evil Lynn rocked, okay? Lena Headey. I mean, just a great freaking performance. Evil Lynn. I'm like, she basically became the co-star. And I liked her, like, uneasy transformation from villain to hero, right? So you had a lot going on. It's a kiddie cartoon as well. Who gives a shit, right? But, like, whenever Tina's on screen, she was a cunt, right? So, and it's like, yeah, it wasn't about He-Man. It was I would say it's on something. It felt like a Tila thing because she was episode 2, but episode 2 went from 3 year into ensemble. It's Tila and Evil Lynn, right? And then and Merman comes in, or the Triclops. I like this weird. They're really weird because magic is like post-apocalyptic, and magic has been sapped out of Eternia, right? And so it's like they're turning to technology only. And so there's this techno cult led by Triclops that's taken over Snake Mountain or Grayskull or what? I don't know. I just remember it was all to sell shit, and I knew it at the time, and I still quite liked it. What else was there? But yeah, no, I think honestly, I think there's a lot to recommend it. He-Man was certainly in episodes 1 and 5, and he left a large shadow after 2, 3, and 4. I mean, like 2 was all about it was all about the loss of him as well. You're dealing with grief in different ways. And that's the only weird thing. Like, they had Tila as a lesbian who was in love with Prince Adam, right? And like, well, make up your mind, darling. It's like, well, I guess not. She could be bi. I didn't really think about that. I didn't think. You see, I'm an old man. Okay, I tell you, I'm an old man. I don't really think about these. I'm like, oh yeah. I can think people being gay, whatever. It doesn't occur to me. Oh yeah, maybe. I mean, and also, like, why get rid of T-Law's boobs? I mean, like, I don't like why. Listen, don't be wrong. I absolutely sexually fetishize breasts. Okay, I do that, right? I'm a normative male human being. Yes, that happened. But at the same time, why she's got a mastectomy? What's going on with that? That seems weird, right? Like, we can, let her breathe, for God's sake. I felt bad for her. Yeah. Well, it was weird. Anyway, that's what I've been thinking about. How you all been doing? So as you know, it's a scary time for me. And I need companions. I need companions to help me as I enter this strange nether region. Anything gonna happen, right? It's kind of like, you know what it's kind of like? Like when Doctor Who arrives somewhere and he says to the TARDIS, "Where have you taken me now, old girl?" And it like opens up the TARDIS doors and into Avenger. That's where I am. I think the Doctor really sold it the best out of the later Doctor, the modern Doctors. Matt Smith, totally Matt Smith. Oh man, what an inspired piece of casting that is. Anyway, I digress. But it's easy to digress. I'm talking about Matt Smith. He's a very good Doctor Who. I think it's always worth stopping and talking about. Let me get to the chat. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start bringing on the guests. Now, let me tell you, I need brave people. I need hardy people. I need people who aren't fazed by much, right? You know, like there's a very good Saturday Night Live sketch with Zach Galifianakis and Adam Sandberg. So Zach Galifianakis is booking into a very swanky hotel, and Andy Sandberg is the bellboy. Guys, over here we have the bedroom, 9 sheet, 9 ply. I'm saying, and he shows him the bathroom. He said, this is the shower, and this is the bidet, and Zach Galifianakis says, I see you have a bidet. Is the bidet sturdy? I'm saying, yes, sir. I'm sure the bidet is extremely sturdy. Sure it can hold a hefty girth, maybe 2. He said, yes, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So let's say the bidet is damaged somehow in its normal course of action. Let's say, is there a bidet service person on hand to service the bidet? Yes, sir. There is a bidet service person. Let's say the bidet is non-repairable. Let's say that happens. Let's say it's just gone. Is there a bidet replacement system? We would call a plumber, sir. It's perfectly okay. We will call a plumber to replace the bidet. And would that be like, yes, sir, that can be done at a very good. And then they didn't have to end the skit, so he gives him he shakes his hand and gives him a $5 bill or $10 bill, $20. I don't know. See, I'm back in the 80s. And he says, how's that in Swiss? So this is wet. He says, I would like to tell you that's not to do with the bidet, but I would be lying. Fine, let me get the chat. That will bring on the guests. Oh, maybe we'll bring on the guests in the middle of the chat. I don't know. Tyler's Time is here, commenting that Starfire. That is the right reaction. Derek McMahon said, just came from the Facebook stream. Oh, man, yeah, that's the trouble. I always miss that. Darren M is here. On Comics is here and he's there. He's everywhere. He's like the Scarlet Bloody Pimpernel. Darren M is here. PD Rich is here. Jonathan Cox is here. Tears Wars! Yeah, you are right, sir. That goes on the Saturday is Tears Wars. Every day is Miss. I bet they don't know what Tears Wars was. I think we got to tell them. Yeah, it's always fun. It's like giving it an American Marmite. Right? They're like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You just vomited in my mouth badly. Oh, yeah. Listen. All I can say is the English, because we were brought up on Marmite. We are not averse to using our mouths to gratify our spouses, of course, because that's how we are versed, right? Like that and Twiglets. If you're brought up on Marmite and Tiglets, you can go down on anything, and it's better. I wouldn't count Golden Screen as another planet. Yeah, no, I actually came from Bushy, okay? Bushy, and I will count as another planet. Bushy, by the way, Bushy had the blockbusters in it. It's a true story, okay? Tom Cruise lived out near us, right? He came in to get a movie, and they wouldn't let him because he only had one form of ID. He's like, what the fuck? I'm Tom fucking Cruise! He picked up a video, and said, look, this is me! And they wouldn't give it to him! He only had one form of ID! The most famous man in the entire world! Maris, oh my God, oh God, ha! I can do this. Meredith, how you doing? Meredith, look at her. Okay, listen. That is going to exchange me, okay? I need a responsible adult. I got to bring on to. Okay. Hello, Rabbi. It was a pleasure chatting with you. Looking forward to seeing Daphne and Lonnie in the guest. Yeah, well, aren't we all? I have a lot of questions for both of them, actually. We have much we need to talk about. Oh, man. I just saw Creating Chaos and then it jumped. Oh, wrong. Okay, great. 247. 24/7. I was going to say, what happened to the other 246? Tila is everything people bitch about being toxic. Yes, Tila is just a cunt, okay? I don't know why. You know what? This show needs a bit more cunt, right? He must have been into the Marmite, right? That must it. He's like, oh, I'm in America. There's no Marmite. Oh, I need some cunt. How about some Tila? That's how it happened, mate. That's how it happened. See, I'm your window into the writer's room. Oswald Biscuits is here. Dr. Alex, I dropped a review finally of this book, which is good, and I recommend it. It's got a shit title. We're working on it. The Doctor reads the Doctor by the Doctor. Oh, it's not this one. This is the other one, Regeneration Plus. Okay, this is good too. This is good too. His characterization of the Doctor is very, very good. Interesting plotting. I should have said in the review. I forgot to mention it. I would much rather read your original fiction, right? Or listen to it. I do like the YouTube service. That is good. Thank you. Oh my God. Jess went and pulled stuff in again. That's a good move. That my Indiegogo's wrapping up short. I should really be pulling up this stuff, but you know what? We all know the drill, mate. We all know the drill. Okay, we caught up with the chat. Okay, are we ready? Are we limbered up? So let me tell you. The first person fresh out of jail for some kind of how can I put this? Crossbreeding evil. Some kind of island of Dr. Fu Dr. Moreau situation, not Dr. Fu Manchu. Just out of jail, but she served her time. She's done her debt to society. What can I tell you? She's the one. She's the fantastic. She's the wonderful. She's the Daphne Lage. I was going to say Lang. How you doing?
Yes. Hey. Hello.
Lage.
Hello.
Hello.
I was about to say good morning, but that's not a habit though. It's in the afternoon here.
How are you, Daphne? Let me go on the other look. So much better. Now I've got room to move.
Yeah. I was inking, and I had to stop because I couldn't stop laughing my ass off.
Well, there you go. It's worth
telling you. God, that whole description of He-Man, I don't know whether that makes me want to watch it or avoid it even more.
Well, I've described it perfectly. Okay, you know what you got going in there now.
That was epic. I swear to God. and I know that when I actually, by the way, it's like, look, I grew up with the original.
Yeah, me too.
Right. So it's like, it's like, look, the only thing I knew about Teela was that back then I was like shipping her in my head with Prince Adam. I was busy doing that,
Right. That's basically what she was for.
Right. Exactly. So when I heard that they were going to do a new one, as much as the artwork, I was kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. I knew better than to really expect anything from this cartoon.
I've enjoyed it. I know. I tell you, I've actually genuinely enjoyed it.
No, and that's perfectly fine. It's just that it's like after the whole She-Ra thing, like I couldn't get through the first 10 minutes of the show. And
the She-Ra thing was not for me.
No. Right, so I go, oh, this is for babies. This is so not watching this, and it's just like I just left it at that. And then the same thing with He-Man for me. It's like, you know what? I got caught the first time. I'm not going to trust this one either because also it has Kevin Smith attached to it, and it's like absolutely. Yeah, well, listen,
he is Mr. Corporate Shill, right? He's right, Mr. Corporate. Nobody realizes until now.
Well, you see, that's the funny thing. Kevin Smith wishes he were corporate. That's the thing. I mean, it's like that's how little I.
That's right. He pretends to be corporate to get like scraps. Yes.
Yeah. So the whole thing, you see, and the thing is, though, your whole thing about Teela, though, it's just like, look, if it's like you can literally hear, you can literally imagine the writer's room where they're talking about, we need to make her a strong female character.
I know. It's like the character.
If you want a phrase that's been turning me feral for the past 10 years, it's the term strong female character. I swear to God, it's like the joke online now. I'm turning into the Joker. That's what that phrase does.
Yeah, I know. It's like, and they're anything but. Look, strong female character, exactly. Starbuck.
They're anything but usually.
Yeah, Starbuck was a strong female character because she was a woman. They played her as a woman. I mean, good God, what's wrong with them?
Yeah, but you see, the term here, the important part of the phrase is the word character. As long as you have a character, it doesn't matter. It's like, but instead, it's like what they want to do is like they think that, it's like, we need to make her a strong female character. So we're just going to make bitch her complete personality.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
The extent of the writing.
Who would want to be around that?
Right. It's like, so that's the extent
like, who would want to be around it?
Wait,
I have to ask you. Yes. What is the weird noises in the background?
Oh, yeah, I have to warn you. So I share my office with a parrot.
Okay, that's cool.
Right.
I just want to know what's going on.
Right. And he likes to act up whenever I'm on a live stream. So if you
that's cool. He sounds
like
good.
whistling or
what's his name?
If it sounds like Mario Brothers in the background, that's him.
All right. That sounds cool. I like a parrot. Parrot sounds fun. We just got a dog. We got a dog about 7 months ago. Oh my god, I love this animal. Anyway, I digress.
Yes. So the term strong female character started off as like a marketing term that all of a sudden a lot of these lazy hack writers turned into like a descriptor for their writing. Where it's like, okay, that's all I need to do. I just need to tell you she's a strong female character. Just make her a complete stereotype of one personality trait, and we're good. There we go.
Strong exactly. Again. Right. And they make a personality trait being a cunt. Really?
At least,
that does not sound fun. Listen, something I can guarantee of our next guest, okay? Something I can guarantee of our next guest. He is not, by any stretch of means, a strong female character. I would not describe it as nor would I think that he would create a. This man has always got comics on the go. I never know what his freaking campaign is at the time. He's like, look at this! I think like we're spinning the wheel. We're wheel of fortune. He could be anything. He's sad. He's mad. He's dangerous. I know. He's known for biting the heads of flying sheep. It is, of course, Lonnie Webb. How you doing, sir?
Doing quite well, and looking for more goats and sheep. I have had the hardest time.
I just saw Critical Blasters in the chat. Cam is here. On Comics, you're still here. Good. I'm glad you're in the chat. I think I caught up with them. Go ahead. How you doing, sir? Lovely to meet you. You're in Texas.
I am in Texas. Yeah.
I tell you, my son recently got about a year ago got his stimulus check from the U.S. government. Thank you, Mr. Trump. And as he's gainfully employed, right? He's actually making more money than anybody. And they offered him a ton, right? He was an officer in the army, and he's leaving this week. But he was making a ton of money, and they offered him like a shit ton more money. And he was like, "No, I want to go to school." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, but whatever." But anyway, so he
goddamn loser, really?
Yeah. And the army pays for his school now because he didn't go to jail or something.
Oh, yeah. So not going to jail part is pretty important in a lot of people.
Most people do apparently. I think the worst he got is Shabbat, which means he had to stay over a weekend, which he didn't like. Anyway, so what he did, he bought a smoker with it, right? As Texas, the heart of smoking. Man, Daphne, do you eat meat? Are you trying to something?
I'm a lactose intolerant vegetarian, so I'm a hot mess.
All right.
Sorry.
I found as I got older, I'm basically vegan most of the week, right? Basically most of it. I don't really have if there's meat left over, like we have big meals on Sabbath, right? On like for Friday night and for Sabbath day. So we have meat left over, I'll eat it, right? Just so it doesn't go to waste. But normally I'm happy with a baked potato, right? Like I'm basically vegan, and it just happened by mistake. By becoming old.
It happens, yeah.
It does. And everything's vegan. Like my daughter prefers the nut milk. That's the other thing, okay? Listen, when I was a kid, you had like fuck off moo moo cow milk. Yeah, that was it. You didn't get all the Now you can get, which is good because like Jews don't have meat and milk together. So like having non-dairy milk, that's good for us because we do a lot more stuff with it now. For example. Anyway, so Donnie, home of smoking. How would you do? So, where are you in Texas? What do you do? What's your life?
I am in Dallas.
Okay, I've heard of that. They made a TV show.
Dallas, yeah.
They made a TV show. Larry Hackman was in it. It was very popular.
Yeah, actually,
was in it.
South Fork Ranch is not far from where I live.
Well, I guess so. You're in Dallas. It's like if I used to go to London, I go, you know what? The Queen lives near me. Yeah, you're in fucking London. Sorry.
Yeah, but it is Texas, though, which means that close by might actually be 2.5 hours away.
That's true. No,
yeah,
I found
actually.
Atlanta, everything is 40 minutes away. Everything. And it's like you go through a time bubble. There's nothing can be next door to each other. Everything is 40 minutes away. And there's always traffic, right? There's a little sign saying another half an hour till you get to. I'm like, really? You're torturing me.
It takes me the same amount of time to drive 9 miles as it does to drive to Fort Worth.
There you go. Now that would be good if I knew where Fort Worth was.
Next door to Dallas.
Okay.
About 2.5 hours away.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Thank you, Daphne. Thank you for translating. So, okay,
we have a smoker. That's a way of life.
Man, it's so good.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's the thing. It's the thing guys get into. Like me, my sons love it. My wife, my daughter's like, fair. I'm like, what's wrong with you? The greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Oh, greatest thing ever. Okay. We got this local bar, right? I've been meaning to go to it for ages, right? And then it's open tonight, but I'm doing the show right now. So I'm like, I'll do the show, right? I do it every week. So my daughter was going to go with a friend, right? So then my wife's friend phones up my wife, says, hey, do you want to go with me? So they're going to be in the bar with my daughter. Like, oh my God, they're going to destroy their evening. And yet my wife has no conception that she's a mum. She's so mummish, right? She's very, very mummish. So I wish I was there to see it. But anyway, there you go. Anyway, smoking. So it is a way of life. So how did you get into doing the funny books?
I guess I started buying them. That was about 15 years ago.
I tell you what. I want to say, I like to have Steve barbecue, but pork. Yeah, I can't eat it, mate. You're killing me. And it's so much better. I'm telling you. Listen, okay. Firstly, I have to tell you, they were talking about the price of pizza going up, right? You guys, has the price of pizza gone up by you? Just say it's like $30 a pie now.
There's like one place in the city where you can still get pizza slices for $1. So it depends on where you go.
I guess. Yeah. Anyway, so they're talking about like the price. How did I get onto that? One second.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Because I was going to say $30 a pizza. I'm like, that's normal if you eat kosher. It's a nightmare. You have no idea. It's not just the limited food, not the lack of bacon, shellfish, shrimp, lobster, pork. It's not that. I can't even have anything on that's been made on the same grill. It's a pain in the ass, man. It's definitely a pain in the ass. But listen, dude, enjoy it.
Yeah, me and my mother once went to a kosher restaurant. In Midtown, near the Diamond District.
Why did you just feel like you wanted to burn money?
It's like I don't know. She said she liked the food there, so we went there.
And that's great. I'll charge you $20 for a milkshake anytime. I don't mind.
It's very different, that's for sure. And the quality of the food and the pricing as well.
Well, it depends. It depends. You can get good stuff. You have to go, but it's always crazy expensive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And it's because it was a huge place. You have like the side sinks and you had and you could see the two different setups. I mean,
right.
It's complicated, I guess.
It's very complicated. Yeah, you kind of milk and meat together. You milk side, the meat side. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah. It's a whole thing. Anyway. Fine. Let me pull out some of the camera. Lonnie, you sent me stuff in the private chat, right?
Yeah. I sent you the cover for what will be the
PDF.
book.
Here it is. Coming. We transfer. Yes, we will, baby. Download 6 meg, mate. We transfer to 6 meg. Okay, yeah, save the file. Okay, save it. It's asking me. Do I want to save that? Yes, I do. Yes.
I thought I would make it easy, but I don't think I did.
I think it's coming. There you go. Here's the trouble. I have to keep switching. I just stopped using Chrome, and my life is so much better for it. Oh my God, crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much better my life is for not using Chrome. So
If I give you bacon and I don't tell you it's bacon, is it okay?
No, that's worse. No,
That's
I would know.
You don't do that.
That's worse, man. And I know what it tastes like. Awesome, okay? You'd have to tell me. I wasn't always religious. Okay, I got a PDF is a bunch of pages. It was not the cover. This is a work in progress. What's the next thing?
The first page should have been a cover.
It wasn't. I'll tell you. It wasn't. It was a black and white. It was a black and white. One second.
Oh yeah, it's black and white. It's the inked cover.
Oh, fine. I understand. Oh yeah, no, it's nice. Okay, cool. Now I understand. Sorry.
Yeah. So I wanted you to see that. That's really what started this.
Fine. We'll look in a second. What else were you looking at?
I just sent you some sketches that I literally did last night. That are
no, these are the links. What's this IGG?
Oh, the links. So I've got a Indiegogo for a sign-up page. And,
okay, there you go. That's what I'm looking for. There you go. Yeah, I got to open a new window. That's the thing. I was just saying. I keep having to remember to use a different browser because it's StreamYard doesn't work with Safari. So I always go. Now I'm using Firefox. I'm just like, oh man, I just switched to another thing again. Hey, here it goes. Opening up. Okay, here we go. Sergeant Rick Raleigh and the Temple of Tiamat. Okay, there you go. 1 second. Share screen. We'll go share screen. This is the one I think. This is it. This is the this is Indiegogo. Okay, that's not the one I meant to share, but I'll share this one anyway. As we're here. Why not?
It works. Hey, there we are.
Let the good times roll. This one, just waiting for. Look, there's more stuff coming up. Right, that's a figured. Go on, load up.
It takes a long time for data to get to Israel.
It's like what the hell's going on, man? Let me reload it. Okay, here we go. Sergeant Rick Raleigh and the Temple of Tiamat. You can't give us a wartime indie movie, so I sent the inventory. You're welcome. That's a very good idea. That is a very good idea. So basically, it's a wartime indie movie. Is what you're saying.
Kind of. Masculinity.
You are right, sir.
Yes,
you are right.
I'm
You don't have
hosing
much competition.
down.
Okay, there you go.
I am hosing down the script with testosterone.
It's just not opening up, though. What the hell?
Sorry, man. It's just slow moving for some reason.
No, it stopped loading. The window stopped loading.
But the thing is, aren't indie these pre-launch pages usually kind of sparse? Or I'm just used to Kickstarter landing pages where it's just like there's a picture and that's it.
You get like 4 or 5 pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I don't know why Indiegogo's
so it's loading up. But this feels like there should be one here. There should be one here.
Right.
You can see that it's missing.
They're supposed to be pictures.
Oh, it's annoying the hell out of me, man. Yeah. Did it come on this one?
I'll get you some pictures.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. There we go.
There you go. Fine. So it's a time to tell a story of masculinity.
Manly men.
I literally got upset.
Manly together. Manly.
When I realized Indiana Jones 5 is not going to be about Indiana Jones. It's not going to be about...
Why? Yeah, really.
It's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea. This is the story. One difference. If I were doing an Indiana Jones movie, I would make it about the bronze snake from the
what is the bronze
tabernacle.
Snake?
From the tabernacle.
Oh, what, the thing that they re-looked at when the snakes were attacking thing?
Yes. Yes,
we just read about that recently in the. It's incredible. I have to tell you, each week in this week in Judaism, you always every Sabbath you read like a portion of the Bible, the Old Testament, right? And you serialize it. So that was a few weeks back, and the whole idea of that thing is, it was there were these snakes attacking the Israelites, right? Because they were fucking up. It's similar. It's because they were being because they were looking at the world as if it was a natural phenomenon, right? When they should have been looking at things from a spiritual perspective, right? So and that's why the snakes were attacking. It was a physical response to a spiritual lacking, right? I can't remember what it was, but the idea was they put it on a pole, so I had to look up at it, right? So basically, the idea is you look at your circumstance and what goes on in your life, right? And you ask, what the hell is going on? Why? Yes, why would a loving God do this, right? That's basically the idea. And you know what? People basically don't get the same message today, right? So that very, very few people will do that. Like there's been wild shit going down this year, man, and people are just like clueless.
And people ended up worshiping the bronze snake, and it was turned.
Oh yeah, it became an object of idolatry. That is true. I did hear about that. Yeah, anyway, So anyway, it had like, so you tell me your story rather than me telling you mine. How about that for a plan?
Oh well, I would pick up on the bronze snake as another Judeo-Christian relic, and send Indiana Jones to go discover, for whatever narrative reason, and snatch away the bronze snake element.
Okay, I get it. Indiana Jones, wartime adventure to get the bronze. There you go.
That's what I would do.
What Indiana Jones does. Yeah.
If I worked at Lucasfilm, that's what I would do.
Never been done before. Yeah, let's open up the PDF. There you go.
So
now, fine. Now we're cooking with gas. Let me just.
And the cover is really the best piece of art. I was working on just a random piece of cover art, and I said, "Hey, I like this. I can put a story under that." And
right. Yeah, I hear it. It's a good idea.
And the story is the large beast is Tiamat in a dragon form that is slithering around as kaiju beasts will do.
Wait, one second. What's Tiamat?
Tiamat is a Babylonian water creation goddess, and presumably from BC times and connected to Babylon.
Okay.
Tiamat was also picked up in name only to service the dragon for the Dungeons and Dragons TV series.
Oh, okay, there you go. And that's where I heard the name before. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for filling me in.
To fill in a bit of what will happen on page 7 in the script. Okay. There is an event, a historical event, with a number of people, including Ian Fleming, and a cult that was using rituals to Tiamat, right. An altered pronunciation, and they were orchestrating Wicca events to influence Hitler. At least that was the idea.
No, I haven't. Hitler was apparently into all kinds of.
He was an occultist, it seems. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of.
Okay, so say, hey, do you want to hear like a real life story?
Yeah.
From World War II. So apparently, when the naughty, I can't say the name, when the naughty National Socialists from Germany in the 1930s, when they went into Prague was the city where they had the legend of the famous Golem of Prague, which is a mythical, like a Frankenstein-like beast created out of mud to do adventures for the Jews. Basically, it was, when I say adventures, it was there's a thing called blood libels where they would blame Jews for like using Christian baby blood in their ritual sacrifice, their ritual thing, which we really don't do, guys. Yeah, listen. Firstly, I have to tell you, ever since Christian baby blood went up to £4.99 a pound, I'm sorry, you didn't. Quite frankly. Listen, we're in an international world now, baby. Anyway. So they, at the end of the story, they put the golem in the attic of the synagogue, right? So the National Socialists, the German National Socialists from the 30s, they arrive in there, and they go in the synagogue, and the first person goes up. This is all documented. Like, these are actually things documented. Well, goes nuts, goes absolutely insane, is hospitalized for the rest of his life. Next person, same thing happens, and they send out like 6 people. They all go insane. They eventually just bulldoze the synagogue. But that's a real story from Wacky Tales from the
Wicked cool.
Holocaust.
Yeah. Well, the event with Ian Fleming actually happened.
Right.
Rudolf Hess was involved, and we're going to pick up a loose thread from that, and that will connect this through the story all the way to the finale, the third act, where Rick Rowley and his company, the circus company of infantry, will take on the beast Tiamat. And since they don't have the badass Indiana Jones, I'm giving them the next best thing. And
yeah, Rick Rowley. There you go.
Rick Rowley. And there is a British intelligence agent who countersigns his name with an L, and he's a real person. So if you can, that's something that will be divulged in the story. And if I can.
Let me show you. I put Ian Fleming into my book as well. 1 second.
Yes, you did. I think.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, I did here. I'll show you right. This where is it? Imperium. There you go. So yeah, they've got this scene here, right? This invading Lovecraftian entity is breaking into reality, as one does, right? Somebody throws a roll of toilet paper at him. It's a long story. The monkey. I'm not going to tell you why. Okay?
There's a monkey. There's toilet paper.
I bet there's a bidet.
Yeah, exactly. I wrote the whole book around this, right? So he throws the toilet paper just as the James Bond-like character comes in. The entity looks through the roll of toilet paper. Let me zoom in, because we've all done this as a kid, right?
Oh yeah.
So he walks and he shoots it, because that's basically what James Bond does. Shattering reality, right? And they go, reality. Right? And then he goes to Jamaica, 1952. Ian Fleming wakes up and,
Dr. No.
Rather good. Right? He starts writing Casino Royale. Right? And because he creates a fictional version, it creates a reality. It's like, basically, that's the idea.
But to this day, he still wonders why the bidet is broken.
Anyway, let me put your thing back up. Very, very good. Here, where's the sign-up page again? It's here. 1 second.
If I can get $5,000 in the sign-up, I mean, on the.
If I get $500 a sign, I'll let you know as well.
Yeah.
We're all up for that, mate.
if I can break $5,000, I'm going to introduce a character called Lebetkin.
Okay. Very cool.
But
there you go. Yeah, so you're going to sign up now, and you got a sign-up bonus, right? You get an exclusive card if you sign up. Is that correct?
Yes, I will.
What is the exclusive card?
I haven't drawn them yet, but
what were you thinking it's going to be?
I'm thinking it probably has to be the C company, the circus company. We have to have a group photo or a group shot.
That's cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, as our trading card, and of course, I think you have to have all the main characters as trading cards.
Okay, so what? So you're going to build out the campaign? That's cool. That way.
Yeah, and of course, since this is going to be taking place in the same geographic area as the French Resistance, I think we gotta have
Resistance.
I think we gotta go to the Casbah.
I think so. Listen. Okay, this story is, you know what you're getting, right? I would recommend everybody. Just go click the link, sign up. It's cost you your email address, mate. Email address. Yes. It doesn't cost anything to sign up, isn't it?
Yes.
It's cost your email address. Go ahead. Sounds like a good story. I'm actually looking at when do you think you're gonna start putting pen to paper on this one?
I think I will draw real pages starting. Let's give it a month. I need to finish working some beats out of the script. The
film is going to be about 6 months from now, then.
The film?
fulfillment. We're like
fulfillment.
I know. I'm right there with you, mate. I'm going to do my fulfillment. I'm starting next week.
That'd be great.
yeah. Listen, that little tricky bit where you got to give them your book. Yeah.
I plan to fulfill after Christmas.
Okay, so that's not bad. About 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay, get in early in this one. Fun story. I guess if you get in early, you can give suggestions or whatever. You can see what happens as you go along.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I mean, because it's like what I was about to say is that, dovetailing in the He-Man discussion, it's like here you are. No, it's like here you are. Like you heard about the Indiana Jones movie, and you're like going, "This is not the movie I want to see."
Right.
And you decided with your independent publishing powers, you are going to create the story you wanted to see.
Absolutely.
And actually, it has to be the story that I think most of us want to see as well.
Right. And it's like, that just goes to show you how important what we do, how important it is. Because it's like, we can't, when we see that corporate media, we can't depend on corporate media to really care about things, I guess, about things the way we do. What we want to see, characters that we care about, that we grew up with. Corporate media, they just see product. They just see numbers. They don't really care about the connections we have.
I don't think they see numbers anymore. I think they see investors, and since those investors are driven over.
Those are the numbers. So it's so important that not only do we put out there the stories we want to see and want to read, but also that people support these stories, because corporations don't care about you. It's like, the things that you want to see, the media that you want to see are being made by your peers in the independent circles.
Hollywood seems to hate you as the customer.
They really do.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, really, it's like if it's either that or they're just completely ambivalent. I mean, it's like, it's really weird the way, like, sometimes I kind of wonder how they function over there. But it's so important to really, really pay attention to what's going on in independent comics, because there is where you're going to see the stories you want.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true. And I will, as the campaign goes, I will expand in. I have a stretch goal of a challenge coin, and certainly a litho of the cover. I mean, I love that cover.
Cool. Very nice.
A while to ink that sucker.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah.
So is the final book going to be in color, or is it going to stay in black and white?
I think it needs to be in color. I think, and I say that because I can't ink like that for 48 pages and expect to get the book out on time. Maybe I should open my horizons to bringing in an artist to help.
If the campaign does well enough, you bring somebody in. It's a good idea.
Certainly will. If I can't pay an artist over $1,000, though, I will do it myself.
Right.
Well, yeah, you got to pay for it. I have to tell you, anybody out there is an artist who wants a script. I could write scripts all day. Okay, anybody who wants a script, I'm happy to work and promote anybody's thing furiously if we work together. Right. So anybody out there who wants to have a stab at doing a crowdfunding campaign, I have more than enough ideas for anyone, and I normally tailor my thing to everyone working with. Anyway, that's just my random pitch.
I think that's a pitch you need to keep making. And once I get these pages accounted for, we certainly should be putting our heads together. I can color very fast.
Okay, very cool. Very cool.
You've seen
very
one.
Nice. Anyways, everybody, please head over there, click over, sign up today. Get in early. Yes. Sign up now. Sign up early. Sign up often. That's what I would say.
I'll drop my links in the chat, and I would appreciate it.
There you go. Well, I think was it PD Richards.
PD already did. Good deal.
But look, PD is like my responsible adult, right? He always does stuff that I should do.
Yes, yes, I know Private Lebetkin does have a problem with making smutty jokes. Yes.
I do.
Is it a problem? Is it a problem, really?
Not really a problem. Daphne, which of your? I'm looking at all your links right now. Which of your page would you like me to go to first? EgoWorks or Kickstarter?
Let's go to EgoWorks. That's my main portfolio site, which pretty much has
everything, a little
bit of everything on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great site, boy. Did you build it yourself?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
It's very easy to navigate.
Oh, thank you.
It's easy on the eye.
I try.
There you go. It's opening
We're
up.
talking about EgoWorks?
Yeah. EgoWorks is my main portfolio site.
Ooh-wee.
Yes, and like I said, it has a little bit of everything. So the main feature on the site is my comic, which is Ego Raven, Air the First Unicorn. Not a book about masculinity, but I like to think that it's about character development, and about good characters and about good stories, and
story. Okay, story.
Journey. It's like I'm really into the hero's journey, and Empire Strikes Back is my favorite movie, so it kind of goes back to that.
Oh, did you ever go to the Secret Cinema or whatever it's called of that? That sounded so cool.
Oh, right.
Oh, Empire Strikes Back. It was like this immersive. It might have only been in England. I don't know.
No, probably. I don't think so. I thought
it was in New York.
I don't pay attention to a lot of releases, like re-releases, because I saw it, when it was brand new. In the
No. What this is, they create an entire environment like the movie they're doing, like they do, like Back to the Future, and they did like Whole Hill Valley, and they're acting out bits as the movie goes on. And they're doing it it does sound really cool. So they did that once at Empire Strikes Back, but I thought they did it in New York. But
they could have. I could have completely missed it because they're doing stuff like that all the time now, especially.
Right.
With virtual reality and projections and
there's so much technology, so much weirdness going on.
Yeah, exactly.
I really wish virtual reality was done for narrative, but other than pornography, right? It's the most incredible technology.
Remember that practically every bit of technology gets beta tested in porn. So
yeah, but it's been years already, right? I mean, like, can I have a TV show now?
The reason why we went with VHS and not Betamax.
How do you think we got the Iron Man interface?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I guess. Yeah. Okay.
So that's the thing too. So it's like So my website has my comic, the original version of my comic, which I am.
Can I ask you? There's a lot of fantasy stuff in your work. What attracts you to that genre?
Oh, like to furries and fantasy and that type of thing.
Generally, your work is very. I can always tell it's your work. It's got that.
Thank you. That's I don't know, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's like I think the catalyst for everything is because I got into comics kind of late. Because I was born in Spain. I spent a lot of time in Brazil, so my earlier years in comics was a little bit different than what.
Right. Although there's a really interesting art scene in Brazil.
Yeah,
and there's a very progressive art. At least there was in the 90s.
Well, no, they're still kind of. I mean, it's like they're all still about. You see, you can't take away certain things from Brazilians. That's what.
Okay. It's like I remember. One time I was on vacation.
If there's a certain art style you really like, the Brazilians really like it too. So.
Okay.
So
it's funny. I was on vacation once in Paris with my family and kids. We're at Versailles, right? They're talking about how stuff was taken when and taken by the Louvre, or they end up in Louvre. It was taken in the Revolution. Yeah. So I asked them, like, during the Revolution, when they're looting all the stuff, why don't they just burn it down, right? Why don't they just burn down Versailles? And they looked at me like I'm crazy. Said, "Monsieur, we are still French." It's like same thing with the Brazilians, right? Yeah. Anyways, so carry on. I didn't.
Yeah, no, not at all. So so I started, really. So I grew up like comics were pretty ubiquitous. It's like I've always had comics, but it never occurred to me to be something to really be into until
Right.
I finally found mainstream comics in the United States. And the first
I have to tell you, your visual storytelling is very strong.
Thank you. A lot of staring at old school comics. I did go to school at the School of Visual Arts. I had Will Eisner as a teacher, and I think most of my storytelling skill came from that class, especially. I like studying a lot of like Wally Wood. Yeah, it's like John Buscema. A lot of it's like cut my teeth on a lot of Conan comics.
I remember when was it in the early 80s, right? There was these great comic conventions in the UK called UK Comic Art Convention, right? So 83 or something like that. Right. And one year they had Will Eisner there as a guest, and Alan Moore. Do you know Alan Moore?
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't actually?
So Alan Moore was doting on Will. He was like hanging on everything Will Wright. He was like escorting him everything, hanging on everything he had to say. Like it was really incredible because the incredible respect that he had for them because he really understood the craft. That sounds incredible.
Right. Yeah. So it's like the craft is important to me, and also readability. So yeah.
Yeah. That's part of the craft.
Right. Exactly.
It's a commercial art form. Yeah. You have to be able to tell the story.
So the first comic that I saw from mainstream that really like got it in my head that's like, oh, you could do that, was Rocket Raccoon. I think it was number 2 by Mike Mignola.
I know that. I know Mike Mignola. I don't know the
yeah, it's like 82, I think it was, or 81.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, it was.
Yeah. So it was combined with that, finding ElfQuest at a Barnes & Noble bookstore.
ElfQuest, that's really where I'm feeling.
And it's like realizing, holy crap, you can really do that? And then combined with seeing Don Bluth's The Secret of Nim in theaters.
Oh, well, there you go.
That was it. That's when
I relate to that.
Yeah. So this is so those are like that. Those are like all my artwork. That's the DNA for all my artwork. Are those three very specific things? Rocket Raccoon, ElfQuest, and The Secret of Nim. It's all, everything leads back to those.
You know what? I have to tell you, I'm glad we have this conversation because you really see it now. Right?
Yeah,
you can really see those influences like leak out of it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
And the composition's very striking.
Thank you. That's just, I mean, it's like, that's something that especially recently I'm really, really like trying to up my game on. I've been studying really, especially lately, a lot of like Conan covers, John Buscema, a lot of Frank Thorne.
Oh, they're wonderful.
Because it's like, I'm trying to kind of like get that like that old school comic layout thing where it's like the cover is also telling a story. It's not just a pinup or something.
Right.
So that's part of, my journey that after all these years, because I've been self-publishing comics since 1992. So I've been at this for a while. And,
honestly, it does strike me that you know what you're doing.
I try. I mean, it's like, look, even up until his death, Bernie Wrightson was still, noodling with his style, to the very end, It's
I love the Bernie Wrightson Frankenstein.
Right. So it's like
that's just one of my favorite books ever.
So it's like, I mean, beware of any artist who's satisfied with their work. Right?
No, I agree. There's definitely Well, I think that's true of everyone. I mean, everyone who's a real artist. Like, I try and make each book I do somehow significantly different and better than the previous one. Right?
Yeah.
I think you do too. I think it's like any work.
That's also because it's like when it comes to like artistic advice. So it's like one of my main ones that I follow is Wally Wood and Dave Sim. Where it's like, so Wally Wood talking about, don't reinvent the wheel if you can avoid it. You know, if you don't have to, don't reinvent the wheel, right? And
Right.
Dave Sim for pretty much saying, fix it, you know, fix it on the next page. It's like, so it's like, okay,
That's
it's like,
interesting.
don't fuss.
That's
Yeah, it's
interesting.
like, he said, you know, because his whole thing is don't fuss. You know, it's like, yeah, try to get it
Right,
right. But you
right.
know what? You have to move on. It's like, you know, I've seen way too many creators that they spend an inordinate amount of time redoing their issue ones. So it's like they end up with
Yeah.
five
I've done
versions of
that.
issue one when they could have had issue 5 already.
Well,
So
what I did with my book, I did my first issue and I was happy with it, but then I decided to do a 2-part story and make the first 2 issues, and then so I made issue 1, issue 3. So, but it's like by that point, by the time I was on issue 3, like issue 2 or 3, I had built up a little bit more confidence. I knew more what I was doing, and
and that's gonna happen.
it kind of falls that like first issue. You can like overlook a certain lot of stuff now. You like have the expectations set up.
Right. Yeah. And you see, and that's the thing too, because like with Ego Raven, which is a comic that I'm currently working on along with Tall Tales, which is my main comic, which is like a furry Lord of the Rings type of story, and this one's more of the fantasy soap opera type, you know, General Hospital type of thing, without the hospital, but it's fantasy.
Ongoing story, I think is what you wanted to say.
Yeah. So this book that you're seeing that I have on the website that you can read the first 5 issues for free, by the way, this is artwork that I've done like 15 years ago. So when after we went on lockdown and I had pretty much ended up with 2 years worth of time to have to find something.
Right.
I decided that I was going to rework these pages and finally put them out on Kickstarter in full color. I relettered them, the whole thing. And part of the process was kind of like retooling the artwork so that, I mean, it still worked in a lot of places, but there were some places where the age of the artwork showed, and my skill was, you know, obviously better now than it was back then. So I went in and I fixed as much as I could without redoing pages, because in the end, it's like what I wanted to do was I wanted to put in all the actual effort into the new books that are coming up, but I still wanted to respect the artist that I was back then. But I fixed enough.
I tell you, I'm doing exactly the same thing. Like I'm putting up my campaign. It's like my 2 books I had ready to go. But like what I'm doing now is totally different, but I'm putting everything. So I'm doing exactly the same thing.
Right, yeah, because it's like, you know, I want to respect the artist that I was back then, you know, but fix the parts. It's like, could have been better here, could have been better here, and like,
listen, you have a unique voice,
panel, you know.
but no, you have a unique voice that changes throughout time. Right, and it's kind of silly, I think, Julius, to disrespect a voice that even though it's embarrassing to us sometimes, but it's still part of you, you know.
It's like you know, it's like we're gonna look back on some of our artwork and go, "Ooh, that's cringy," but it's still you, and you don't draw like that now, so that's where you came from, you know. It's like,
exactly.
You know, so that's what I did with the books, which the 3rd issue in full color with new lettering and the retooled artwork is going to be on Kickstarter September 20th. And I do have a link on the site to the launch page so you can sign up for that.
You should do Indiegogo at the same time. I'm finding now.
I was about to say, you see, because most of my audience is on Kickstarter. I've done like 18 of these along with J.D. Calderon for Tall Tales and the Oswald Chronicles, which is our other books. So we've developed a following on Kickstarter, which is why we're there mostly. However, we are experimenting with putting campaigns on Indiegogo. JD right now, he's doing more experimenting on Indiegogo than I am at the moment. I do know that there's a separate audience there, and that they like.
It's weird, but you're right. I totally hear it now.
Yeah, it's like they like different things, so I want to take that into consideration, and and it's like, and I want to be able to give the audience on Indiegogo what they go to Indiegogo for. You know, it's like they don't want to see 2,000 variant covers. You know, they don't want to. You know, it's like they seem to like their campaigns simple. You know, and very direct and to the point.
They're simple people.
Yeah. So, you know, so I want to, you know, so I want to go in knowing, you know, it's like I don't want to go into Indiegogo assuming anything of anybody. It's like I just want to go in and it's like, okay, I know this is what the audience there likes. So I want to make sure I'm prepared for that. So yes, I do plan on making an Indiegogo for the book eventually. It's just that just right now, it's like the strategy doesn't work for me right now. So yeah, so you know, it's a thing, you know, it's like it's you know, it's like you know, it's like yeah, so that's how I look at it. It's like, okay, this is a tool. I want to make sure I use it correctly.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, again, I'm just finding that there's a completely different, and also I say with the like the implosion of the mainstream comic book industry.
Yeah,
it's become much less stigmatized, for want of a better word, to like, you know, it's like, oh, you're gonna look at it now, it's like, who gives a crap?
Well, I mean, right, exactly. I mean, it's like, well, crowdfunding in general had like a weird stigma to it. It's from the beginning. It's like, it's kind of like, well, if you can raise X amount of money on crowdfunding, why don't you just get a loan? And it's like, no, what? So a bank could be a middleman?
No, it was just use a crowdfunder. Listen, honestly,
but
I find it much easier.
Yeah.
I find it much easier to sell to a customer than sell to an editor.
Oh, no, absolutely, absolutely. So it's like, so at least crowdfunding makes it easier for us to go directly to our audience, as opposed to going through a middleman who probably could give a rat's ass about the audience.
Exactly.
So yeah, so that's right. And the thing is, though, and it's like, and aside from everything else too, it's like, you know, these platforms are tools. That's all they are. It's like it shouldn't mean one thing or another. It's like, look, all I know is that it's two different audiences. I have to prepare differently for two different audiences. So it requires two different strategies from me. So that's how I look at it. Yeah.
All right, very good. So shall we have a look at your campaign?
Well, I have a launch page right now.
This
so
one?
Yeah.
So it's whatever link I put in the description.
Right. So this would be the launch page for issue 3 of the story, and I guess to do a quick rundown. So the story. So this is a comic about Eagle Raven, who's a half unicorn, half human princess, who lives in Edenron, which is.
Wait! Back up!
Yeah.
Half unicorn, half freezer. Did the parentage?
I do have a. You see where it says prequel story right there?
Yeah.
I literally have a story that explains it.
Okay, but is that story
no,
like adult, like
it is
all
not.
ages or not?
The prequel story is an all ages fairy tale type story. The main story itself, although the first 5 issues are kind of tame, it does ramp up in the later issues. So I consider it mature audiences, like recommended for mature audiences. It's like
have you ever heard of Slain or Sladey? How do you pronounce it?
It sounds familiar.
It's like, okay, it's from this magazine called, there's a comic called 2000 AD, which is an anthology in England.
Right. Then I think that's where I heard it.
It's like an Irish Conan, right?
Uh-huh.
So there's a part in where he becomes king, slaying the king. He becomes the High King of Ireland, right?
Uh-huh.
And part of that is he has a horse they bring in, and he has to have sex with the horse. And then he cuts it up and eats it with the rest of the tribe.
Okay, I love that.
And they were talking about on the panel how they couldn't show that.
Of course. Yeah.
But it was like it was between the panel.
If some of your audience is kind of into that, I do have a separate book.
Okay. Do you have a link you can show us?
I do.
Sure. Why not? Here. Yeah, what was it? Hold it up again.
So one of the things that I also do, that there's also a link on the website for, is my collection called House of Bob, which is a collection of furry porn that I do. So
okay, fine. No, we're looking at that now. What? Here, 1 second, 1 second. Now,
asked.
everybody go and sign up, right? Just everybody go and sign up.
Sign up for this one.
Yeah, 100%. Now we're looking at House of Bob.
Right. Okay. Now you got.
I'm quite interested in now. Okay, when I say quite interested, this is something I've never. I'm always interested in things that are like somewhat foreign to me, right?
Right.
So I don't really understand where it's coming from.
Uh-huh.
Do you think Liz, as much as you're comfortable, are you able to explain it?
Well, okay.
Like,
So
how
I mean,
does
it's like
furry
okay. So as long as you
porn
don't
work?
have what happened, furry porn. Okay. Well, I can.
I guess it happens the same way regular porn works, right?
It works. Yes, it works the same way. Okay. Imagine Disney characters fucking. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
You know,
I remember from the 80s, Omaha Cat Dancer.
Marion fucking. That's literally the genesis of it.
Do you remember in the 80s the thing called was it Omaha Cat Dancer?
Yes. That's
the only furry stuff I ever saw that I would be like.
Yeah.
I felt it was a bit weird, but it didn't. It's not really my thing, right? It's not really my thing, but it's like whatever you like.
So,
but like you.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, so I mean, like, have you ever thought about what it is that attracts you to this?
Well, so I was involved in one, you're not going to see anything on this website because one, you have to be signed in to see the
very good.
Because
we
don't get not only demonetized, but to get your channel banned with the.
Okay, fine. But let's not do that. I love this black and white art, though. This is fantastic.
Thank you. This is artwork from my other comic, Tall Tales, where like I said, if you like, it's furry Lord of the Rings, and it's like it's a fantasy adventure that I guess you could say it's all ages. I mean, if you can watch Lord of the Rings, you're good to go.
Right? Yeah, I will call this all ages. I will totally call this all ages. This is great. This is really good.
Because some people need me to make they need me to clarify that it's less Game of Thrones, more Lord of the Rings. So,
Okay, yeah, but it's its own thing. You don't have to justify it.
You're right.
This is great. The artwork is fantastic. I love it.
Thank you.
See, I really like black and white books, though. I'm like, that's what I'm into.
Yeah, well, it's like so it's like this. It's like we were literally doing this in the middle of the black and white boom back in the day, not 20 years ago. So I was involved in furry fandom for about for about 10 years, 1990 to 2000.
I mean, listen, I guess there's an audience. That's the first thing, right?
Yeah.
You have an audience where you can sell your work. I think that's really the first thing.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, and just like any other fandom, there are different parts of it where people want different types of artwork for it. So that was a thing. So it's like, it just became like just a natural part of my artistic process where I was like, oh, okay, so let's do furry porn.
Right. No, listen, I found myself doing some stuff for Heavy Metal magazine about like 20 years ago or so.
Right.
And listen, that's kind of like sci-fi erotica. I think it's the only way to describe it.
And
I would totally do more. I quite liked it. I had this great idea, but that's for the right artist. But this is lovely. I think this is very cool.
Yeah. So it's like, so you guys are just gonna have to imagine the furry porn because, like I said, you're
fine.
We don't need your channel to get
do you use original characters or do you use like existing characters?
Usually, I haven't done the fan art stuff for a while. I usually create original artwork, for my artworort. I think just in general, it's just, I don't know. It's like, I think it's
dude. I'd say your art style. I didn't know there was like He-Man fandom. Right. But your art style would be right for that.
Unfortunately.
Sorry.
Well, unfortunately, this artwork is not mine. As much as I would love to take credit for it, it's not mine. There's a separate gallery there with these. This is one of the pieces that I faved. that so it's like, okay, so other people are
Yeah,
doing
listen, I can
artwork
see your your love within it, right?
Yes, exactly. So it's like, so that's so this is more, this is all my artwork. Down there is the galleries that I like.
I get it. But I'm sorry to be obnoxious, but I like to show you your stuff. But I say, listen, look, I mean, I didn't know there was Masters of the Universe fandom, but your style, especially if you do erotica, oh my God, it's right for that. There's a ready-made market.
Like, you do porn for you do porn for anything, and there's going to be a market.
I guess so.
There's a clip.
But I'm just saying, you your style seems to be like good for that.
It's like there's a clip of Ethan where he's like going, "Do you draw Flintstones naked?" There's a market for that. and I crack up every time because there is. And it's like, and I had just recently
listen, it's the most beautiful woman ever to be on TV is Wilma Flintstone. I'm sorry.
There you go. Oh, now
she's gorgeous. What do you want?
All the Betty Rubble stands.
listen. I don't get me wrong. I would go with Betty, right? I'll go with Betty, but I'll be thinking Wilma. That's just the way it is.
That it's like so, but
okay, so look, where can you buy this stuff from? Let me give you a plug.
Oh, sure. So if you go to my main website, eagleworks.com, I just revamped the store. We have issues of Tall Tales, including
where do I find the store? One second.
Yeah.
Store.
There we go. Yeah.
Hey, you want to put a big button here above your YouTube?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. You know what's funny? I have to move the one that's there up there, make it clearer, but I do have like the first trade paperback that collects issues 1 to 5. In a couple of days, we're going to launch the Kickstarter for Volume 2, which collects issues 6 through 10. We have.
Okay. Well, there's a lot there.
Yeah, we have some other individual issues as well from our other from the other story arcs, which is because it's like the first our first story arc, Thieves Quest. That's about 20 issues, and then we have we have.
What was that? I just saw that Thieves Quest.
Right. Yeah. So Thieves Quest is a 20-issue story arc, and we're re-releasing the trade paperbacks. For those.
That's only $20. 20%. Yeah. How many pages is that?
It's 100, and I think this was like 148. I think it's like 148.
For $20, that's such value.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I think it really is. I think it's really good. Listen, again, if there's anybody out there who's into this kind, I think it's excellent. Go give it $20. $20. How much is where do you ship from?
Well, I ship from New York. So if you're out of the United States, just email me. My email is in the store page all the way at the bottom. So you can, or at the top. I have it listed at the top. Just email me, and what I'll do is I'll send you exact shipping to your country. Although, unfortunately, if you're in the UK, I cannot ship there right now.
Okay, so I got a great piece of advice for you. Right, okay. I am for my campaign. I have local shipping in the US, UK, Canada, and Australia, because I'm using one company that prints in all 4 locations.
I need that.
Therefore, I'm able to. So, I find even with very low print runs, it's more economical to print locally than it is to ship. So I'm saying that might be your solution.
Then I have to then I'll have to ask after the show because because
I'll tell you now. I use Mixam. There's no secret.
Oh, that's funny because that's who I use to print the trade paperback. So maybe
just talk to your rep.
Right.
Not only that, they're doing my fulfillment. Outside of the US. I'm only using John Maylin in the US because I want the big, fold the Gemini mailer.
Right, the Gemini mailer.
I'm having him send me one just because I want it. Right, I want to have that whole experience of opening it.
What's the
But
name of the
yeah,
company?
they'll do your fulfillment as well.
Oh, nice. Then I'll definitely talk to them about
Yeah,
that.
it's really worth it. It's really worth
overseas
it.
shipping is killer. But
Especially now.
Overseas,
And you don't know what the dollar's doing. It's going crazy. It really helps.
Rabbi, what's the name of the company?
Mixam.
Mixam.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you guys do .com, .co.uk, .co.au, or .co.ca, I think. Right,
Yeah,
but anyway, it just takes you.
They do beautiful stuff.
Right. And it's like, and again, with like, if you have a big enough print run, they may split it between the different countries, and you get that lower shipping, that low print run. Which
that's cool. That's good to know. Yeah.
So anyway, Tall Tales, $20. I can't say fairer than that. So this is behind the beaded curtain, I take it.
Right. Yes. Yes. Exactly. This is more. Right. So the House of Bob that you see there, the issues that's there, it's kind of the censored version because.
Can I click on it? Will I get in trouble?
Yeah, you can click on it. No.
Okay, fine. I don't want to blow up.
Yeah. No, because it's like, yeah. I've been having a little trouble with some platforms recently with my event work. So I kind of like.
Okay, I have to tell you, I'm not like, this is really cool. Again, I'm not really into the furry stuff, but this is very sexy.
Thank you. I try.
It seems to be doing it for me. Okay, and I consider myself a normative, kind of. Yeah, this is very sexy.
Thank you.
Okay,
that's kind of, and mind you, this is the censored stuff, so
Right. Okay, listen, this gets my rabbinic seal of approval for sexy.
There you go.
You never thought you'd get one of those, did you?
Yeah, I will definitely have to put that on the cover.
I used to have a business card that said Tzvi Lebetkin, was it graphic designer, comic book writer, crime writer, adventurer, and lover. But I only really got paid for 3 of those.
So
this is very cool. This is very. I tell you, this was $10. How many pages is this?
That one is let's see, because I don't remember. 40 pages. That one is 40 pages.
That seems pretty reasonable. I said. But do you have any with with the narrative
that I have on the screen? So this is the book. For anyone who needed like a size difference or something.
Here, wait one second. Let me just hold it up again. I'll add you. Sorry.
Right. So this is the book. It's 40 pages. So I still have to figure out. Yeah. So I still have to figure out where I can actually sell the uncensored version without getting my.
That's something you might want to go to Indiegogo for.
Right.
Because I think they are much more. I understand they're much more accommodating.
Right.
Do you have anything with a narrative that's not just a sketchbook?
Oh, for the adult stuff, no. The adult stuff right now is just pinups. Right.
Dude, you should do a story.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say I wasn't working on one. I just
okay. Well, we're gonna have a look at beach bodies. This looks kind of cool.
Right. That's So it's like I have edition. Yeah, so that one is all the men's.
Oh, I see. See, this one's not really doing it for me at all. But
all right,
whatever. Like, I like to please everybody. Okay,
this is for the female gaze.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I have to show you that. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Again, have something for everybody.
Who's got their? This is not such a weird, out there kink going gay. Fine.
It can. It's like if you hang out on Fur Affinity long enough, it can get that way.
Really?
The artwork. It's like I said. It's just fandom in general. Where it's like, if you dig enough, the artwork will get wilder and wilder and wilder.
I guess I like these ones. These color ones. These are very cool.
Oh yeah. So those are my. I used to do a lot of fan art. Pinups,
So what I say on your campaign, you should have a tier where somebody can get their own trading card drawn.
You know what's funny? Now that you mentioned that, maybe I should do trading cards of those pieces. That would
these
be
are
perfect
these are perfect for trading cards.
Absolutely.
Look at them. Again, they've got their own unique style, right? It makes it collectible, right?
Yes.
I really think it's a good idea.
Actually, thank you very much for that. I wasn't even thinking about, these. Like, I'm working on trading cards, but I wasn't even thinking about these pieces. Like, oh, wait a minute, I can actually use these pieces for trading
these
cards.
Are absolutely perfect. Look, I mean, listen, you might get in trouble with, like, you know, the.
Well, that's the catch.
Copyright.
You know, it's like, but you know what?
Like, this Captain Marvel's going to be hard to. To justify, you know, it's like, that's not parody. This you get away with, right?
Right.
Cinderella, I think you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, that's
this
the
you're
tough
probably
part
okay
about,
with.
Yeah, that's the tough part. It's all luck when it comes to
that one. You're probably okay with. The ones that are more stylized, you're pretty like this one. These ones you're all okay with, I think, mostly.
Right.
I know. I'm not a lawyer. What do I know?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't take my bloody advice.
Right. Look, it's all. Look, it boils down to it's all bootleg until they catch you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's what it is. You know.
What's catch of the day? Okay, you just fascinated with it. Catch of the day is
mermaids.
Mermaids. There you go.
Mermaids. Actually, this is it's a furry book, but the thing is, it's kind of like a pun on a lot of fish names. So it's like there's there's really like a lionfish and a rabbitfish and a cowfish. So I took those and made them literal, like, types of mermaids. I mean, yeah, it's just really funny to see, like, there is a snakefish, there's a zebrafish, there's a tigerfish, you know. So it's like, so I was looking
everybody needs to know the types of fishes, you know.
Yeah, so it's like,
everybody needs their own study aid.
Yeah, so it's like I was looking up all these fishes and then creating these mermaids based on those photos and using, like, the attributes of those fish for these mermaids.
How much of a market is there for this?
It depends. Right now, I mean, it's like I'm focusing more on my comic book work, so I haven't really been focusing on a lot of the, like, actual furry stuff like this. Believe it or not, it's actually the people who buy my comics and and buy the furry stuff. They're kind of two separate audiences. So right now,
listen, I have to tell you, I think if you did like a sci-fi sword and sorcery, basically Master of the Universe, just make it your own.
Well, you really want me to do Masters of the Universe, right?
No, because I just saw it and I just think it's like this is a perfect marriage. I think you'll be able to sell a ton of books. I think you'll be able to do again, erotica, do it 32 pages long. I think you'll sell just a ton. I had no idea that world existed. Right. And I only found out they existed when they all, in unison, cried out. I saw 1,000 voices crying out in terror, then instantly silenced. And that was what it's like.
I mean, it's like it's like, who knows? I don't want to say no to anything. Really, it's like
listen, whatever comes along, baby.
Right.
But this is very cool. Okay, everybody, listen, go. They're shipped under cover of brown paper wrapping. Enjoy it. Go give it a punt. You enjoy yourself. You support an artist. I especially like the pop of color. That's very cool. Okay.
When I click notify me, am I on a list now?
Probably.
But Daphne, is there anything else that you would like to highlight that you'd like people to know about?
It's like I just found it funny when you introduced me and you were talking about how it's like, oh, I was just coming out of jail and served my time. The funny thing is that I guess like one of the kind of like odd details about my career is that if you go to the comic book legal defense fund page, I inadvertently have a page there. It's
that's just bullshit, really?
No, absolutely not.
Honestly, okay, I have to tell you, I'm a rabbi. I'm a Bible-thumping rabbi. I believe in God. What you're doing is fine.
The lawsuit that I had work I was involved with the crew that pretty much triggered the Texas versus Castillo case, where a comic book dealer, store owner, sold a copy of Demon Beast Invasion: The Fallen, which is a book
I remember this.
Right, that I worked on. I lettered the book and I created the logo.
This was back in the 90s.
Yes. He sold it to an undercover cop. And
and it was a setup, and it was an adult. I remember the whole thing. Yes,
that was bullshit. Us. So it was me. It was JD Calderon, and who's also my writer on Tall Tales, and it was an artist friend of ours. And and what's funny is that his artwork, it was one of the first Amera manga books at the time that we did. So it was our original story, and then they brought in imported Demon Beast manga from Japan. Right. But it was our version of it that got this guy in trouble. I think he ended up serving. I mean, he pretty much lost everything. The poor guy, you know.
I know it was terrible. Yeah. It was absolutely. It was what we call in Judaism a shonda. It was not good.
Yeah, and it's and it was probably the only time we would ever have our work actually read by Neil Gaiman. Right, because it was Neil Gaiman and Scott McCloud who was on the defense team to literally defending our work. And it's so and the thing is that part of the angle that the company really was that our friend's artwork was so on point that they didn't get us involved because they were really going with the whole, this is Japanese and you have to respect their culture and blah, blah. But Texas was not having any of that.
No, honestly, listen, this seems to be something between two consenting adults. I mean, genuinely. And again, look, I genuinely believe in the Old Testament Bible thumping, and I do. I believe all that stuff. I think this is not.
So when you said, she served her time, and it's like, well, I made someone else serve time for me. So.
No. Oh, I'm so sorry. It didn't make you feel bad. That was terrible. That was absolutely.
I felt bad until she said that.
Yeah,
Listen, you know what it was? Sometimes authorities screw up so badly, so much that they can't lose face. Yeah. And that's what really killed the guy, right?
Yeah.
It's just
really,
it was the same thing happened with this Jewish guy called Rubushkin, who ran all the Jewish meat. Basically, had in most of North America that he made the FBI or something look bad because they did a sweep on his place for illegal immigrants working there, and they found his screening to be better than theirs. They made him look stupid. So then they arrested him for something.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember. But because of that, he had to borrow money to cover something, and then they got him on money laundering. He ended up spending years in jail. Trump finally freed him, right? And I tell you, I had his back right after that. I'm like, okay, mate, right? I whatever your politics are, I love you. It's fine. And I wish we could live in a world where we could just disagree. Right,
exactly. Well, that's the reason why that all this discourse that we're seeing online now about people literally wanting artwork to be censored and this, that, that's turning me into the Joker.
Who would have thought? Yeah. Who would have thought it would be the other side that become the fact?
No, for real.
It's out of nowhere.
Yeah,
yep.
Well, it's funny. It kind of didn't come out of nowhere.
No, it didn't. We just looked the other way for too long.
That's the problem. That's the problem. I mean, it's like because what
it was convenient to look the other way. Yeah,
as long 100%. As they were targeting, because it's like you see that's the thing, especially with someone who draws pornography and sees this all the time. Where it's like what they do is that they go after they start accusing people of like easy things to go after. Like it's like,
Right.
oh, you draw underage characters, you do this, you do that. You know, oh, you're doing yoi, you're doing,
And they don't give a damn about any of it. That's the worst. They couldn't care less about children.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
No, absolutely, absolutely. So what happens is that then it's like, and everyone's like going, oh yeah, you're going after those weird ladies that like the gay boy porn. Yeah, whatever, you know. But then what happens is that once they finish with that target, they move on to the next one.
Well, and they got their feet in the door.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like what they really, you know, and they're always doing it in it's like, if they cared about real people the way they care about cartoon characters, we'd be living in a better world.
No, yeah, they don't.
But they could care less.
But
about
you know
real
what?
people.
It's exactly the same as the Chinese Cultural Revolution.
Yeah,
I've been reading it. It's like this is exactly what happened there.
There are two things that every totalitarian state goes after first. They go after sexuality and they go after art.
Yeah, and humor dies.
Yeah, it's like that. Those are the two things they go after first. You know, and for these little Tumblr reject, you know, pure tweens wanting to, you know, it's like they just want, you know, doing their BS under the guise of protecting marginalized people that didn't ask them. You know,
it's just bollocks. Yeah, it's incredible. Since we started this conversation, I've seen the number of people watching drop because I know the algorithm is affected.
Oh
right?
No.
No, the conversations are good. I disagree. I think the conversation. I don't care. The conversation is a good one, right? But it's the conversation they don't want people hearing.
Right.
It really isn't. Yeah. It's like such a tragedy.
Because it's like whenever they talk about equality, what they really want is the equality to put their boot on your neck.
They want dominance. They don't want equality. They want dominance.
Exactly. They just want to change who's in charge. Not and if they
wouldn't then.
Exactly. You know, it's about proximity to power and controlling that power.
And you know what? And they're such freaking morons.
Yeah.
On top of everything, they're such incredible morons, and they have no idea how painfully stupid and ignorant they are. It's like, oh God, they have no idea they're the fascists.
And it's like, and whenever they go after artists because they're drawing something they don't like, I have never seen so many people so terrified of lines on paper.
Yeah. Well, look, Daphne, you always have a home on this channel. You're always welcome to come on. Okay, absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, yeah, I can rant about this the whole time.
No, absolutely. Listen, I genuinely, I think this is the apocalypse. I'm not joking. Like in the like Kabbalistic ancient writings, it describes a travail at the end of days before the message, and it says like I want it to happen, but I don't want to be there. And what they describe is this, and like it's absolutely this. I'm like, oh well, this is weird.
It is weird. That's what it is. It's like it's like, wait, I'm arguing with 12-year-olds on the internet. What the heck?
Yes. Oh God. Like that's the worst thing. Kids don't know they're bloody kids anymore.
Really. It's like
fine. Here,
because they're bugging out.
Oh, and again, and they're like, and they have no idea they're bloody kids. Yeah. Okay, yeah. With that, let me show you the very not kid friendly my campaign. I always like to show my campaign. So listen, I'm taking this offline very soon. It's going to print on Monday, hopefully Monday, right? As soon as it starts printing, it's going offline. So if you want to back it now. You have 2 books, biblical, Bible stories, atheists, crazists, rationalists, and rogues. I wrote and drew this 220 pages long. This is very, very biblically accurate. I say fiercely biblically accurate, not preachy at all. I don't care how you, well, I do care. I want you to be happy, okay? But like, however you want to live is your choice, right? This is a story, right? This is a story. It takes things that you might recognize, the Tower of Babel, the flood, what was it? The Book of Jonah. My favorite character is the Raven. In it wraps it into a one larger narrative. I believe this is the intent of the initial of whoever the original writer is. But that's just my belief. But more than anything, I believe it's an insane story. Go check it out. And I wrote this artwork. Oops, I'm looking on the wrong thing. I wrote this artwork by the incredible Dominic Racho, The Imperium, a love letter to telefancy in the 1960s. Basically, imagine James Bond, Emma Pill, Doctor Who, the Black Slapper in 2001, and a monkey in a spacesuit, all in one super group together. You got a bit of Prisoner thrown in, a bit of Thunderbirds, a bit of Callan, you name it, it's there. Also, it's got my backups. Do I have a picture of it here? My backup strip, it's got a backup strip, you can gist it, called Ice Warriors, which I did with Italian artist Stefano Cardacelli. These are one-page strips, kind of like the Dalek strips or the Cybermen strips from the 60s, the Cybermen strips from the 90s. I like one-page strips because you have to tell a beginning, middle, and end in one page, and you got to move the story forward. So anyway, so you get all of that there. Also in this package, if you get both, but wait, there's more. You get this poster. It was we upgraded it to a poster because of we broke $8,000. So thank you very much. This is I call this Noble Savages. It's called the lovely Leela from Doctor Who in the 70s and Raquel Walsh from the Land that not Land Time Scott from 1 Million Years BC. In the background, we have the Time Machine. In the foreground, you have K9. Why are they all together? Why are you asking? Shut up. This is it's a thing of beauty. You enjoy it. This is ribbed for your pleasure, sir. Okay. Also, we have For the Male Gaze cards, a series of cards.
Love it.
So these cards are postcards. You can mail them to the vicar. You can mail them to your dowager aunt. You name it. Whatever you want. These are though this series is I'm going to continue in my next campaign, but I'm going to take these ones offline. If you want them, it's this campaign only, and you can just buy the extras. But I want you to buy the comics. Anyway, so it's these are 6 cards or 7 cards based on my 12-year-old masturbatory fantasies, and let me tell you, they still work great today. So first thing we have. Exactly. The first thing we have, Keeping the British End Up. Of course, it's a James Bondy card. Keeping the British End Up, the last line of the best James Bond movie, scientifically proven to be The Spy Who Loved Me. By the way, you probably won't appreciate this, but the font is in the same font as adult magazines from the 70s in England, right? There you go. And I wanted to have that very sweaty feel, that very it should be in brown paper feel. Also, we have Party Like It's 1999, TV show Space 1999. Never looked this good. It's I can't remember the name of the character, but she's not wearing much. Why isn't she wearing much? I don't know. I'm busy looking in the background because it's so wonderfully rendered by the wonderful artist Dominic Racho. But wait, there's more. You like a bit of Judge Dredd? Don't even think it's this wonderful Judge Anderson card. It's you got to zoom in to get it to fully appreciate it. It's a bit cold in the early morning mega city air, but she's ready. She's ready for action. She is a professional. That bike looks fantastic, if I may say so. Again, Dominic knocking out the park. One of my favorites. In fact, probably my favorite. No hanky panky in the TARDIS. This was the companion from Doctor Who in the 80s. She's wearing a screen accurate costume. So what do you want out of me? They squeezed her into spandex and pushed her on screen exactly as my puberty, I would say, exploded quite messily, and that's when I came up with much fan fiction, which this is part of. Yes, Perry and the Time Rotor of Love, and then of course we have Oh My, it's Councillor Troy. I'm sensing strong emotions, Captain. So this is we have a different experience in England. This is more from the mid '80s, where when you wanted to start a Next Generation, you would have to go to your video store and rent the tapes because it wasn't shown in England for another 5 years. But of course, the best card, the one I just added on because I love my backer so much. The Force is female. The Force is so incredibly female. Let's zoom in and see quite how female it is. Dominic really at his best. And Princess Leia, look how happy she looks. Look how serene. Not having to worry about TIE fighter allocations. She's just happily, as Jabba's love slave. I think basically a Biff Fortuna not that interested. Cyrus Crumb, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. I do happen to like that Jabba has a shagging palace overlooking his palace, right? Either that or there's a mural wall. Like in his Jabba sex room. Anyway, so there we have that one. So that's the Mel Gator one. This is only this campaign. I think this is worth the price of entry itself. But wait, there's more. I might throw in another poster. I'm thinking of throwing another poster. These are all A2, which is 18 by 24. We have. Do you like Doctor Who there? So we have the Fourth Doctor here. Yeah, I can see a Bohemian in Time and Space. We have the most recent Doctor, in my mind. The Eyes Have It. We have the Third Doctor. Great balls of fire. And finally, we have this one, which I call Forever Young, which is the Fourth Doctor and Sarah Jane growing all together in the TARDIS, never ending, which I think is just a wonderful, wonderful way of thinking. I'm going to leave with the Noble Savages poster, because why not? What do you think, guys? Have you seen my campaign before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. When you were on Geekgasm with Harty Fisher. I
go into robot mode.
Well, that's what happens when we do so many of these campaigns.
Yeah, exactly. Fine. Okay, for me, it's 11:15. I'm a bit peckish. I'm going to find something to eat, then I'm going to go to bed. That's my plan. Ellery, please go and back Ellery's campaigns, especially mine.
Exactly.
Well, please go. Go check out EgoWorks and your link. Your link is in the notes and the video chat. Lonnie, what's the name of your story again? I like the name of it.
Sergeant Rick Rowley and the Temple of Tiamat.
Sergeant Rick Rowley and Temple of Tiamat. Go and sign up for it now. Get in early. You know what? Make 20 sock puppet accounts and put those in as well. You're not going to want to miss out. You're not going to want to miss out.
That's a hype.
Exactly. Fine. I'm clicking the end broadcast button.
Oh, no.
I'm clicking